Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I've got for you this absolutely gorgeous Volvo V50, and as always I'm going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and everything. Now this particular car comes with the registration number LS10LHZ. It is a Volvo V50 SD drive. It does come with the start-stop technology as well. It's finished in this lovely shade of grey. It is an estate. It's a 1.6 litre diesel, and it puts out 109 brake horsepower. It was first registered on the 19th of July 2010, and it has a valid MOT until the 10th of October 2024, so plenty of MOT left. In terms of road tax, it has an annual road tax of only £35, which is absolutely fantastic for a car of this size. And in terms of insurance, it sits in the insurance group 18E, so it's quite low on the insurance bracket as well. In terms of CO2 output, it puts out 119 grams per kilometer. And then fuel economy, you're expecting to get about nearly 50 miles to the gallon around town. I think it's 49 point something, and 74 miles to the gallon on a motorway run, which is absolutely phenomenal. Performance, you're looking at a top speed of 118 miles per hour, which as always I never recommend, but it's there if you need it. And it has a 0 to 60 time of 11.5 seconds. So it's not the fastest thing out there, but then again, it's not a race car. It's a family estate comfortable ride. It's not sports. If you want a sports car, then you're definitely not on the right video. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say in terms of specs. As you can see, the bodywork is absolutely beautiful. There's hardly any scratches or anything like that. I mean, it does probably have a couple, but it's nothing major. And something that you wouldn't expect from a car of its age. The one thing that I did do is the wheels. I didn't like how they looked, so I've just had them completely polished and resprayed, obviously professionally, and they look absolutely gorgeous. This come with Bridgestone tires on the front, with plenty of thread on them. I mean, there's absolutely loads. They're like brand new tires, and moving over here, so passenger, as you can see, there's hardly any marks or anything like that on the door. It does have electric windows. That's your latch to open the door. And then the seats, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely condition. You wouldn't even think that this car is 2010. Here you've got your glove box and your owner's manual in there. And yeah, it's been very well looked after. It's very clean as well. Moving over to the rear, over here, so you've got electric windows on the rear as well. Again, that's to open the door. Don't know why I keep pointing to this, because I mean, in case you've never been in a car, then you don't know what that is, but if you've ever been in any car, you know what that is. So, but yeah, again, the rear seats, absolutely lovely. You would expect the rear seats, especially if it's a family car, and if kids were sat in here, you would expect them to look a little bit, to be a little bit dirtier, but no, these are absolutely lovely. Obviously, you've got ISOFIX points on both of the outer seats, so that one and this one. The middle one doesn't get ISOFIX points, but what you get in the middle is a lovely armrest with 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage in there as well. You've got 2 pockets on the side, on the rear of the front seats, and then you've got lumbar support as well for the driver. We'll have a look and see if it has it for the passenger as well when we get there. Again, you can see the wheels, absolutely lovely condition, absolutely lovely, and it's got Pirellis on the rear as well, with again absolutely loads of thread. Moving over to the rear of the car, you've got this electronic opening latch there, so you just press on the button here and it automatically opens the boot for you. And then in the boot, you've got absolutely loads of space. It's massive, absolutely massive. You got a 12-volt socket in there if you want to plug in a fridge or a Hoover or something like that to just clean the rear, clean the boot, right? And you've got a few anchoring points here as well if you want to get yourself like one of those nets, because you do have it on all four corners. So if you want to get one of those nets to cover this, and then you can keep your stuff underneath that net to keep them from rolling around. Underneath this false floor, you've got your spare tire with all the Volvo goodies in there, and then you've got your jack over there. You've got your emergency trial, and that's pretty much it. And then this has that little tab there, that little hook, which you can take off from there. I'm not going to take it off now because obviously it's hard enough to do with one hand. So you can take that hook there, and then that hooks onto this rubber seal here to keep this fake floor panel up like this, so you can take your spare wheel and everything out of there. Right, let's leave this back there. Over here you've got your parcel shelf, which obviously you can close, and then that just keeps prying eyes from looking down through the window in the back to see whatever valuables you might have in there. And that obviously opens up as well. You can remove the whole parcel shelf if you want to, just to give you more loading area. And then up there you've got one of these nets as well, which comes with the car. I'll leave it in, I don't need it. So but what that is good for is if you've got any pets, obviously you can have that net up, and then your dog can sit very comfortably in the boot without him running everywhere inside the car. Obviously you can take that down as well. It's pretty easy. It's got these hooks there that you can just unhook it from, and then it just rolls down. Right, let's just put this back. You're not gonna believe it, but the sun is out. I can't believe it. I haven't seen the sun. I think it's been 3 years since I've seen the sun last. So, but yeah. Right, moving right along. Again, you got Pirellis on the rear here as well, with the wheels being absolutely lovely. And excuse me. Moving over to this side. Again, seats absolutely lovely, no issues whatsoever, no tears or rips or anything like that. Again, you got this little pocket in the back of the driver's seat as well. And yes, you got lumbar support for the passenger as well. If you see that little wheel there, that's for your lumbar support. So the passenger has lumbar support as well. Fantastic. Right, moving over to, might as well just show you this wheel as well. So Bridgestone, and again, absolutely lovely condition. They weren't cheap to have them resprayed, but then again, I really didn't like the way they looked. So moving over to the driver's side, you've got control for all four windows, obviously, and then down up here you've got control for your mirrors, which are electric as well. That's your lock and unlock button, and then this is just your little door pocket. Over here you've got control for your lights, so that's your main light control. That's to lift, and well, that's to control the headlight position basically, if you want it higher or lower. And this is for your instrument cluster light as well, so you can make it dimmer, you can dim it or make it brighter. That is for your fuel cap. Keep this button pressed and your fuel cap is going to pop open, and this is for your fog lights. And just gonna have a look to see what I've done with the keys. Oh, here it is, key. So it's just a standard Volvo key. It does come with 2 keys as well. And let's just jump inside. Oh, lovely. So, inside the Volvo V50. Obviously you've got your steering wheel in front of you, which is a 3-spoke steering wheel, so it's very comfortable to hold as well. It's very comfortable to drive. You've got your indicator stalk over here, and then that's your wipers. And then obviously you've got your instrument cluster in there. Key, usually you'd expect the key to go onto the right side of the steering wheel, but with Volvos, it goes actually in the middle of the dash. Well, in between the instrument cluster and the center console. So pop the key in. I'll bring all the lights. Well, I'll just put the ignition on. Then as you can see, all the lights come on as they should. Car starts straight away, no issues whatsoever. So there's no lights in the dash at all. The only two lights that are on at the moment is the fact that the handbrake is up and the fact that I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Let me just turn the climate control off. Sorry about that. The instrument cluster, pretty simple to read. Driver door open. Yeah, I know. Right, let's close it. Right, lovely. So, instrument cluster, pretty simple to use. So you've got your speedometer here, you've got your rev counter there, that's your fuel gauge and your water temperature as well. It's got 118,610 miles. So it's not, I'm not going to say it's very low mileage, because obviously it's not, but it's not high at all. 118,000 miles for a 1.6 diesel from Volvo, it's pretty much nothing. So yeah, mileage is 118,000. It's 5 to 5 in the afternoon. It's 13 degrees outside, which is absolutely great. And moving over to this side, you've got one of these pads here. I think somebody must have had like a phone holder in there. So instead of them sticking it directly to the dash, they've put this on there, which is great because then it doesn't ruin the actual dash. And then down here you've got your air vents with the hazard button in the middle. And moving down here, you've got your radio as well. And to turn it on, it's just this button here. Everything is pointless without you. Yeah. Thanks, Capaldi. I didn't know that. So yeah, the radio works absolutely fine. Obviously, I won't keep the music on because I don't want YouTube to strike my video. But moving over in the middle here, so you've got your AM, FM, that's your mode selector, and then you've got your preset stations from 1 to 9, and then you've got auto, scan, menu, and then down there, this is where you navigate the menu, enter and exit. Pretty simple. Over here, you've got the tuning sound, the tuning and the sound for the radio stations, of course. And then down there, you've got your climate control. So that's your fan speed. So if you rotate this, you can see it goes up on quite a lot of levels. Actually, I haven't even counted how many levels there are, but yeah, plenty. And it does have dual zone climate control as well. So you can select a different temperature. So if you press that, so you can select either on the right, on the left, for both. So it's really good because then you can have a different temperature to the one the passenger gets. Excuse me. Moving a little bit lower here, you've got your recirculate there. That's your rear window defrost, your front window defrost, and this is where you can choose where you want the air to come out from. So that's up at the windows, front, and then down to your feet, and that's your AC as well. Gearbox, so it's got a 5-speed manual gearbox, and as always, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my foot on the clutch, and then I'm going to go through all the gears just so you can see that there's no crunches or anything like that once it goes into gear. So foot on the clutch, and then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then reverse as well. So no noise whatsoever, no crunches or anything like that. If you've ever heard that, you probably have, but if you haven't, let me tell you. So usually what would happen is you put your foot on the clutch if there is an issue, and then when you put it into first or second, all you would hear is that sound until it goes into gear. If you hear that, then there's two possible issues. Either one, your clutch is on its way out, which It's bad, but it's not the end of the world. But the worst one is a gearbox is on its way out, and if the gearbox is on its way out, that's going to cost you a pretty penny. So yeah, this absolutely no issues. Good old manual handbrake. And then over here you've got a little cubby for God knows what. I've never figured out what that is for. Probably some coins, but I mean they're just too small for coins as well, so I've got no idea what you could use there. Some Tic Tacs, maybe, I don't know. 12-volt socket. So you've got three 12-volt sockets outputs in this car. So you've got one here, you've got one in the rear, down here, and then the one in the boot as well. And then over here you've got a couple of cup holders with your locking wheel nut as well. And this is your center armrest, and then this opens up like this to reveal just a small little cubby here, just a little small storage. But then if you close this, you can open it to reveal quite a big storage compartment as well as a 3.5 millimeter jack auxiliary port. So you've got these two buttons. If you press the big one, it will open from there. If you press the small one, it'll just open for the small one, basically. So small for the small compartment, big for the big compartment. Pretty easy. Moving over here, so you've got your interior lights, which work absolutely fine. There's obviously no issues. That's one, that's the other. And then it says fasten seat belt. Yeah, I know, Volvo and their safety, yada yada yada. Right, over here you've got a very nice big vanity mirror, and that opens up to show two lights on each side. And then over here you've got one of these Jesus handles, which I would prefer it if there would be a sunglass holder rather than one of these handles, because I've never understood the point of having these here. I get it to have it there for the passenger, because obviously that gives them something to hold on to. But you as a driver, you don't really need this because you've got something to hold on to. It's right in front of you. So, I don't know. I would prefer a sunglass holder, but it is what it is. There's not much else we can do, is it? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else I can tell you. The car drives absolutely beautiful. Like I said, there's literally no issues with it whatsoever. It just takes along nicely. And it's just a nice, honest family car. Absolutely gorgeous. But you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. It's actually, the sun is out, yet it's still raining. How? Where is all this water coming from, man? Anyway, I've had enough of rain. Honestly, I've had enough. But yeah, coming back to our lovely little Volvo. I'm just going to drive it back being there, so not too far. Don't worry. I'm not going to put my seatbelt on. I'm going to be a reckless driver for the 6 feet that I'm going to drive it. And of course, private land. So, yes, I don't drive without my seatbelt, and I never drive using the phone. Right. It drives, like I said, absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to park it next to my little Peugeot. I say little Peugeot, it's a 3008, so it's an SUV. Well, it's classed as an SUV, but it's absolutely lovely. And it drives absolutely beautiful as well. Right, here we are. Handbrake up. That's my little Peugeot. That's up for sale as well. It's already advertised. If you want to see the video for that, you can find it in my page somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're interested and would like to book a viewing, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on 01684 355 032. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys might have, or you can book an appointment and come and see it. You can find the car on www.vindemautos.co.uk, as well as any other cars that we have for sale at that particular time. Right, and with that being said, I've rambled on for 20 minutes, so I'm going to leave this here. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.